Thanksgiving, we're collecting now.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of up to day of, or certainly for the pack on Friday.
Okay,
The Friday pack's the 16th.
because we were talking about getting some turkeys, so
That's
want to
awesome.
make sure you guys.
Yeah, we need about right now, I think Charlene told me we need about 180 left.
Okay,
But we need 450. So we've
Yeah.
got a decent amount that
Wow.
are coming in.
well, I can definitely help get the word out that you need.
Thank you.
There's 180 left. I can ask to have that put in our church bulletin.
Wonderful.
Christ the Lord's known, if you tell them there's a need and where to put it, they tend to show up, so.
Love it. It's amazing how people are to serve our neighbors that are hurting.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, I was already pinging Karen and said, all right, I need the toy list. Where is it? Where is it? So I got, because that was we were able to do that and help out last year from the church with our angel tree program. And because everybody was wanting, I want to buy, I want to go toy shopping. I want to,
Yeah.
and so many of the families now post COVID are like, gift cards are better. And I'm like, I get that. But when you've got a group of women that are like, I want to go to Target and spend time right there, like they just want to go shopping. Their kids are older. They don't get that experience anymore. They like.
Hey, Randy. Good.
Hey, sweetie. So yeah, so we were like, I put that out to them and I said, so here's the age group. I literally made that announcement at 10 o'clock and we were waiting through the 11 o'clock service and one of the moms came in with 2 great big bags. And I'm like,
Okay.
where have you been?
That's awesome. That's so, I need to pick a different seat.
You had it right in the middle.
Yeah, you are. You're.
On the hot seat.
So we could say you have to trade with Tracy since he's gonna be the speaker, he'll be the center of attention.
Yeah. Because they're at that table. I think, did I see that you've already signed up? The church has already signed up or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, like, where is it? As soon as, because I didn't want the age group to get going. So I started out kind of on the low end. We had with we're changing pastors.
Did you
So we
bring
kinda-
Gloria's check?
Crowds are
I forgot.
mixing, here and there. So started with
I was
a
sure
low
because
number. I can always add on.
That's true.
But I don't want to like overcommit.
Yeah, we tried a different process this year.
I love Sign Up Genius. It's great. That way somebody just can do 1 and 2. They have that
That's
option.
3 of us that forgot stuff.
Because we've done that before for our events. So it's a nice system. I like the reminders. So I'm sure the Karen and the girls are having fun with that. So
Yeah, yeah. Try not to dabble in that much. It just pops every once in a while.
I get you.
At least get a hold of you about the.
Yes, and I sent a note to Olin because I missed the cutoff and he said he could still add on, so I just have to send him the final number. So I was gonna do that today and I got waylaid, so I'll send it tonight or in the morning. I am not ordering 52 films. It's a little excessive.
Did you?
Well, she wants 20 on her own, right?
She wants 20, but we don't need another
She tried the best to come.
2 pins, not amongst us,
Oh,
so.
Which one is she gonna get?
She wanted the peach shaped ones. I think I'm just gonna get us one of those for everybody. Because the other ones look just like last year's, except the picture in the middle is Boston instead of Atlanta. So I'm like, nobody really tells the difference. So the peach ones at least are different. So,
Got a 1-minute warning there.
yeah. Half of money I give you.
thank you.
Gloria 35. I was sure it's in my purse because I see her envelope, but check is in.
You usually carry around empty envelopes or you just? No worries.
No. And my husband asked me and I said, don't worry, it's in my purse.
All right, so these are your dues,
This is
not
mine.
not Gloria's. Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
That means-
Welcome to the second meeting of October here at the Lawrenceville Lions Club. My name is Brian Donegan, president. It's great to have each and every one of you with us. We have a good meeting tonight. Before we get started, Tom, would you lead us in the pledge? And Catherine, would you lead us in the invocation? Please rise, everyone.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for the day you've given us. We thank you for all the many blessings you bestow upon us individually and as a club. We thank you especially for Tracy being here tonight. Thank you for those that could make the journey and be with those that could not for whatever reason. We particularly lift up Kathy and her family at this time. We pray for those that are sick, and we ask that you be with all of us as we make plans for the upcoming months and lead us in the direction you would have us go for our activities and the charities we serve. All this we ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Do I have, each of you should have a agenda in front of you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda or alter it in any way?
Second.
All right,
I'd like to make an adjustment.
okay,
To old business, can we please add a quick discussion on our lease with the city?
of course.
Thank you.
All right. So, adding that in, is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries and the agenda is approved. Lion Bill, Joe Twister, what you got this week?
All right, as we know, Halloween is just right around the corner. So, question, two-part again. Are you a fan of scary movies? And if yes, what is your favorite movie? Start with Mrs. Gibbs.
No, 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 1,000 times no. Thank you very much.
I guess that means you don't have a favorite.
She
No,
passed.
No, I do not. Don't like them. Don't watch them.
Maria?
The same way.
It's gonna be short.
Yes.
You don't watch them, how do you know you don't like them?
No.
Pete?
No, I'm not a fan of scary movies.
No one in this room is
I'm
going
not.
as Freddy Krueger for Halloween.
No.
No.
Brian?
No.
Jeez.
I guess you are only one.
Tom?
I'm not a fan of the Freddy Krueger style horror movies.
I'm gonna send
But-
you Dracula
But,
movie.
but I think you have to include Jaws, Duel, and some of the other movies out there. And those I'm a fan of.
Was Jaws scary?
How were you when you first saw Jaws? That thing comes out of the water and
Maybe I
goes
should've-
out his face. I don't know how you
I'm
could
thinking
not
maybe a
respond.
horror movie fan.
That's what I know. I
So
said, I'm
Jaws-
not a fan of the Freddy Krueger, but I think that Jaws and some of these others.
Hmm.
If you're not horror, what would we call them?
Intense and awful.
Uh,
I'm sorry. That's just my nomenclature. Don't feel free to use that.
And Misery.
Oh, God, no, 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 no,
And-
no, no, no.
And what's the one, the Silence of the Lambs?
Oh,
No, that's Catherine's favorite.
Kind of.
no.
That's her favorite?
No. Ugh.
Yeah, if I ever do that,
So
if I
would
ever
we
do that
consider that a
noise,
horror
I get
movie?
slapped.
How many ever saw the movie Creature of the Black Lagoon?
Oh.
Uh,
Oh, I guess.
I don't like scary movies, if you've ever seen that.
I guess
Oh,
I
The
see
Fly.
something, but
Oh,
not
gross.
totally.
The-
But I'm telling you one movie which I was
I like
teenager
scary.
and I passed out.
Scary movies. And that's what I was asking.
Was
How do we
Hiroshima,
differentiate
Mon
between
Amour.
scary and horror?
Hiroshima, my love.
Mhm.
The first
Mars
what
Attacks
come
is one of my
out
favorites.
before start movie. You don't need.
What'd you say,
scary
Brian?
movie.
I said Mars Attacks is one of my.
Oh, but that's not a
But
horror.
that's not a horror movie.
All
Yeah,
right.
Jaws was scary because I was a surfer in California.
That was a little scary, right?
It
was very real.
I was,
Well, apparently you're a good surfer because you're still here and didn't.
Well,
weren't caught
just
by the.
Jaws was full. That was.
we took a trip to Myrtle Beach one time and it was over Memorial Day weekend and we were in like a 3-story unit and there was another 3-story unit next to us and these guys had hey Glory,
Hello,
had
Gloria.
an awesome stereo system that would broadcast over the beach.
Oh,
We could all
no.
hear it and we were listening to music all weekend long. And
You have an
sometime we're taking a break from the sun, we're inside, somebody comes inside and says, come out, there's a big shark in the surf. So we go out and sure enough, it looks like about a 15, 16-foot shark in the surf. And there's these 2 guys, one guy's got a fish and he's throwing it out there attached to a fishing pole.
Oh, my God.
And the guy's standing there and we're sitting there watching these idiots, right? And all of a sudden there's.
Oh, no. That's funny, because that was scary. You knew that was coming. Oh, my God.
They get quite a response.
Jason, how about you?
I don't like them. I don't like horror movies or anything else, but some of the scary ones, if you could lump in Silence of the Lambs or Jaws or something, I might watch it.
Gloria,
Yes.
the question tonight is, are you a fan of scary/horror movies? Oh, no pun intended. And if so, what's your favorite?
No.
And I want to hear your answer to this, Mr. Gibbs.
No, none at all.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
You ask everybody, but he don't.
Yep.
Mr. President, I turn the floor back over to you.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it for our tail twister Lionville Games. Next up, Lion Tom, Secretary's report. Do we have any obligatory motions to make?
Hearing none, I'll start reading.
Make a motion
Oh,
Make a motion that we accept the report.
Do we have a second?
second.
Okay, any discussion?
I really appreciate you, Tom. Please don't think that you don't.
Nobody reads this.
I read the
All
newsletter.
Dude,
I didn't read that one,
I
but you
do.
normally do.
in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. And then we move on.
And by the way, for anybody that cares, these are photos. Of course, the best photos will be on Facebook if Brian puts them up there. They are in our website.
Yes,
Awesome.
all right, Lion Tom, would you please introduce our guest today?
I would be thrilled to. Let's see. We have with us, of course, I think everybody here, it sounds like, maybe not Gloria, but knows Tracy. And he is the executive director for Streetwise. Tracy started out after school as a professional musician and traveled the world.
Wow.
Then at age, well, you didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that.
Then at age 26, he became a residential contractor, developer, and designer, building dreams for others. From his talents of being a contractor, he became a Keller Williams realtor. He started volunteering several years ago when he was working at Keller Williams and was not only a top realtor, but coordinated Keller Williams Red Day every year at Streetwise. From that, he was beautifying and renewing the landscape there. He became a volunteer and was approached to join the board by Terry Powell, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. And he is still a volunteer, even though he is executive director. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Tracy Joseph.
Okay. I do know many of you and thank you for inviting me tonight. Streetwise is a pretty cool place. It's one of those that has been quiet in the community for a long time, unless you were one of our clients. They seem to be able to find us faster than donors and volunteers, but we're working on that. But Streetwise Georgia is right down the street on Cedars Road. And our mission statement is, to paraphrase, that we have a goal of providing the necessary tools, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual tools to an individual, whereby we can help them stabilize their life, change their environment, and move from a place of dependency to a place of stability and self-sufficiency. We do that in kind of a multi-tier approach, as we want to meet their emergency and basic needs in the way of food, clothing, hygiene supplies, cleaning supplies. Then from there, we kind of expand and look into what else they have going on in their lives. So each client that comes to us is vetted and go through a process that takes 30, 45 minutes in an interview process with a trained volunteer. And part of what we want to find out is what's gone on, what's brought you to this place. It could be generational poverty, it could be medical bills, it could be a senior that is absorbed the kids or the grandkids, could be bad decisions. And on all of those things, we hope that we either have resources that we can refer them within the building to help them, what we call life skill classes, or wraparound partners. We have about 36 wraparound partners that just really are the gambit, everything from medical help, mental health, counseling, homelessness, other addiction programs that we can refer people to, job placement, interviewing practice. The idea is that we're trying to help them stabilize themselves to where they can truly be standalone, and we can graduate them from Streetwise. On the other side of that coin, there's always those that will not be able to get to a place of stability necessarily, whether it's medical bills or physical limitations, poor decisions. Generational poverty is a very difficult one to crawl out of. And so we know biblically and believe as a Christian ministry that we are called to feed the poor and take care of widows and orphans and those that need our help. So our real goal at Streetwise, in a word, is we're a little different than most facilities. We're not like the co-ops that have a geographical boundary. We can pretty much go anywhere we want and accept clients from anywhere. So we have clients that come from as far away as Woodstock, Macon, Hartwell, Monroe, all through Gwinnett Hall and other counties. We are represented in 19 counties. In how far reaching some of it will go. We do it a little differently than most of the agencies in the sense that we have a reservation policy. A client has to have a reservation in order to be served. And we do that in multi-pronged ways, as we do what we call our dailies, and we'll serve our clients Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We're open Wednesday and Friday, but those are warehouse days and kind of rejuvenating our supplies. On Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, we'll serve 33 to 40 families, and they will receive approximately 250 pounds of food and supplies, which right at the moment we price that out, and that's equivalent to just a couple pennies under $700. Pretty amazing amount. And I kind of come back to that in a minute. Once they have been served there, we invite them to, we just renamed it, was Farmers Market. Now it's called Heaven's Grocery Store. And that is a dignity shopping piece. And in that area, they get to choose. Our families come in and they choose what's right for their family, what's right for their needs. And that ranges from pet supplies, school supplies, baby supplies, vitamins, cleaning supplies, toiletries, feminine supplies, the gambit of things that are so expensive And for many of the families that are on various programs like SNAP and food stamps and things, those are not covered. And so those are expensive items, and that allows us, once again, to provide a physical tool that may give them some room. And so your question that we often get asked is, well, why give so much? And a client can come for services every 6 weeks. And the reason that we have chosen to do that, not alter, either diminish the amount we give or see them more frequently, is if we see them more frequently, we can't see as many people. We want to be able to see more families. The big reason that we give that much is we really are attempting to give them some bandwidth, some room in their budget, where this may release that grocery cost, which we know has accelerated. The press says 18%. We can tell you it's 42%. The press is not factoring in a few of the supplies. Believe it or not, when the federal government does that number, they don't include meat, they don't include dairy, and they don't include some grains. So it's a little bit of a manipulation. So I get distracted on that a little bit. But basically the idea is if we can bring that bandwidth, then maybe we can help them stay current on their rent or their mortgage. And then they're not facing an eviction, which in this market is devastating.
Yeah.
They won't find another place. Maybe it'll help them stay current on their utilities, some other bills. Maybe they've got medical bills, and this will allow them to catch up with some of that. So the goal is to just help them get their feet underneath them so that we can help them. So that's prong one. Prong two that you're familiar with is we have a mobile food pantry, which is on the second Saturday of every month, except for November and December, where we combine it with the holidays. Mobile food pantry simply means that our clients don't get out of their cars, but once again, they have to have an appointment. We serve on non-holidays. We have a goal of serving 250 people, and we do that in 2.5 hours. It is quite a process. We
It's
have
amazing.
pre-packed. It's something. We have pre-packed the boxes of meat. They'll get meat, produce, usually about 40 pounds of beautiful fresh produce, water. It can be other supplies like cereals, grains. If it's special events like Thanksgiving, we're going to give them a turkey, in addition, a separate box for that meal. If it's Christmas or Easter, they're going to get all of that. Plus, then we want to do a lot for the kids and the families. So we do Easter baskets for the children. We do Christmas presents for the kids, 436 of them last year. And we also are aiming at our teens and trying to do things for our teens. And at those events, we are able to provide them with $75 gift cards because the teens are kind of a lost group. Come back to the teens because we had an event Saturday we'd like to brag about, so I'll come back to that. But and then the other prong that we work on is through the school district. Gwinnett County Schools and us have been working on a number of projects, and we are aiming at those what they call Title I schools. A Title I school is one where 100% of the student body is at or below poverty level. And if you magnify that to a cluster, and a cluster is at minimum, well, it's a high school,
Sure.
but then minimum 1 middle school, often 2, minimum 2 elementaries, often 4. So imagine that 100% of that cluster is at or below poverty level. That's 10,000 families. It's massive. So the program that we've been developing with them is we will isolate a school in one of those Title I's. We will pre-pack boxes at our facility, load our big truck, and we take and have a mobile food pantry on their premises, usually for a parent-teacher night.
Oh.
And it's been pre-advertised, and they have vouchers that comes from the social workers and the counselors that are aware of just how at risk those are. And we're trying to aim at those that are either at risk of becoming homeless or are homeless. There's 1,900 per this year, 1,900 children in Gwinnett County schools that are homeless. 1,900. So that's another prong of whereby we're, again, just trying to find places to bring bandwidth into the families. And I mentioned earlier that we want to try to heal body, soul, and spirit. And so we're aiming at a lot of different ways. We have what we call life skill classes that we either serve at Streetwise or through partners that we believe are better set up for us. That could include financial literacy. That's a 5-week class, and they learn about credit, bad credit, savings, investing, pardon me, and then even for those that need it is credit repair as a part of that. We are hoping within the next 60 days to be able to start grief care, and that will be divided up. We found that COVID wiped out a lot of dreams, whether it was a certain dream of income or a job. And for the teens, it may have been a sport, or it might have been a graduation and be able to walk across the stage. There's a tremendous amount of mental health angst. And so we're hoping that we can facilitate some of that. Cooking classes, we give a lot of food. And for a lot of these folks, they don't know. The poverty mindset, if it truly is generational, has some very deep wiring that none of us would be able to figure out. We can't make it fit, and they can't make what we see and believe fit. And it is possible to rewire, but it's a process and it takes a lot. But a lot of the poverty mindset does not even conceptualize that you have options.
Mhm.
They don't understand it. They've been bred and raised in a place where these are your only options. And so we're trying to figure out ways to help with that. And the cooking class, as part of it, is when we give them a box of meat for the dailies, it's about 40 pounds, and it's going to have steak and salmon and brats and chicken and hamburger and whatever our donations have brought into the building. And for a lot of those people, they've never seen it. They don't have the ability or knowledge to know how to cook it. So we're wanting to teach them how to cook it, culturally relevant. If you have someone that's come from Mexico, but they lived in the center of the mountain district, they don't know how to cook salmon.
Yeah.
So we want to teach them how to do so, and then how to store it, how to share it. And that'll be coming soon. That
I
kitchen's
was gonna say,
almost done.
you guys were still working on that last time I was over
Yep,
there,
yep,
so.
almost done. Got a little electrical work, and it's ready. We've got our
I'm excited.
teachers and our chefs that are going to help us with that.
I totally,
Is he-
started that.
no, I'm not teaching, but I am gonna sign up to help, like, help
Awesome.
out, because that's
Awesome.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
can't wait.
And if that one, we kind of test things, and if it goes well, we'll expand it. It's in a small room that was a lab. Our building was a lab before us. If it goes well, we'll expand it into another area where we'd be able to put in a very large commercial stove and hood and be able to teach 8 or 10 people at a time on that. So we're going a lot of prongs. The one I wanted to brag on was teens are on our heart. I started a committee a year ago called the Teen Advisory Group, and it's made up of teachers, professors, after-school program people, people that mentor at juvenile hall. We have some directors of Gwinnett County School, and I asked the question at the first meeting, what is an at-risk teen? I was surprised because they told me it was a teen.
Yeah,
I was gonna say every one of them.
yeah,
Mhm. But we get in our mind a Hollywood picture, much like we get in our mind a Hollywood picture of what a homeless person looks like. And I am guilty. I thought, well, it's the poor kid, the one that's doing poorly in school, the one that's hanging with the wrong kids. Well, the truth is that can happen in a weekend. In COVID, it probably happened a lot more than we understand or realize, because they were alone, they were isolated, many of them. And so our goal is that we're starting with the teens that we know we serve at Streetwise, which is approximately 209 families, 400 teens. And we put out a survey in July, and the parents and the teens had to answer that survey. And one of the questions we asked the teen is, what is your number one most immediate need? And the highest number of answers came back as clothing. We found out that many of them have one outfit for school. So you can imagine, besides just the cleanliness point of view, the humiliation point of view, because it ain't gonna take long for their friends to figure out they've
Oh,
got
yeah.
one out. And so we figured we can do that. We have a clothing room. We partnered with 12 Stone Church, Revolution Teen Center. And so this Saturday, we had a dedicated program for our 400 teens that they could come and shop for clothing, no cost. And so it's
Yeah.
really something. We had no idea what would happen, how many would show up. We just had no way to figure. But we ended up having 80
Oh, wow.
teens that took 1,053 articles of clothing.
Wow.
Isn't that neat? And then we also had feminine products, because the other thing that we know is that a number of girls will miss 3 to 4 weeks of school because they don't have the products that they need.
Mhm.
And so these are areas that we aimed for and heading towards, and that's kind of streetwise. We run on, we will process this year about 2.3, 2.4 million pounds of food and supplies, and we do that with 5 staff, 3 are part-time, and the rest are volunteers. And so you may have heard us talking a little before on our mobile food pantry. We range from 60 to 75 on what we call a normal month, and as high as 180 at Christmas time for the events that we do. And then during the week, we need a minimum of 28 on the days we serve clients, and on the other days we can live on 20. We literally could double the number of people we serve if we could add 15 regular volunteers for each of our 3 service days. We could grow from 33 families a day to 66 families a day. So I know I just rattled a whole bunch of stuff out.
You only need 15 people to do that?
We could then double it, yeah.
Not like on those mobile food pantry days, when you provide them food. Again, those families are missing out on some stuff that, you ask them if they're celebrating a birthday or anniversary or something, and you have cakes and whatever
Oh,
to give
That's
them
my
that
favorite part.
extra little treat.
Yeah.
This puts a smile on their face.
It does, when suddenly they realize they're gonna be able to give their kid or their brother or whoever, a way to celebrate
Yeah.
that. That was probably the first thing that really surprised me, the
Mhm.
first time we came and helped out.
Mhm,
It's like, there's cake? This is awesome, like, let's find families that need this, it's like, the basics are there, which is great, and they need that, but that just, it's kind of like, some of them don't even realize that it's there. And then they get all excited and you kind of feed off that energy.
They sure do. Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with Lions Clubs and what we do?
I am somewhat. I know that we have Lions Clubs that volunteer for some different things. We also are involved through Anthem with the Lions Clubs. I'm not intimately knowledgeable about what the function and your direction.
All right, so I'm looking at how we can help you. You're a nonprofit. You have the capability of checking someone's financials, right?
That's
See what-
correct. And we do. Every client is vetted.
Okay. Lions Clubs is a 104-year-old organization. They've been around longer than I have.
By about a week.
We started out of a group of Chicago men's group, and they came together about 7 or 8 years after they were founded. They had a speaker come to their convention in Ohio. And you may have heard of this lady, and everybody here has probably heard of her. Who am I talking about?
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller. She spoke to Lions Clubs International at their convention. And one of the things she addressed is, and asked them what to do, is to become Knights of the Blind. And that's the focus that Lions have taken on for well over 90 years, 95 years. What I'm getting at is, you have people that have needs. You spoke about medical needs. Medical needs could be this. we can help you out there. If you have people come in looking for a job, but they don't have glasses, they cannot see the written word. If you would be so kind as to contact, I don't know if you have my information or you have Catherine's or Tom's, but if you would contact one of us, we have an optometric office, not office, but you know.
Mhm.
We have relationships with,
We can
several eye
send you
doctors.
to them,
Yes,
the
wonderful.
person to them, give an exam, give 2 pair of eyeglasses, and we would pay for that,
Wow.
right? Now, depending on what their needs are, if they need bifocals or just standard lenses without bifocals, there's difference in prices. Also, if that person would need, maybe to have cataracts, and they need the cataracts taken off, we can put them in touch with our Lions group down in Chamblee, and they can provide surgery for that person.
Wow.
But all this has to be under the level of the poverty line, okay? Because they're gonna check them too. I'm gonna take your word for it, because you're already checking them. If they're coming to you, you're checking them.
That's correct.
So I don't have to go any further with that. But if I send them down to the Georgia Lions Lighthouse, they're gonna delve into it, right?
Sure.
So
Makes sense.
doctors and hospitals give their time. What we do is raise money for that. We send it to the lighthouse, we send it to the camp, we send it and help people like yourself and your organization. But what we can do on, you know, a more frequent basis for your group is send us the people that have a need for, that have vision impairments where we
They
can
can,
take care
they
of
can
them.
get, the one we work with the most is at Mall, Georgia. Is it iLab?
iLab.
I love.
Always call it iLab for some reason, but iLab, we have a relationship with them and they will go ahead and do the exam and everything. And as soon as they know what they need, they contact us
Wow.
and we go ahead and pay for it. And then
Fantastic.
that way, they just, then while their glasses are being made or whatever, it's all taken care of. Go back and get the paper.
What I do is, in your case, I would send you the paperwork with your client's name on there, all right? They take 1 or 2 of those sheets of paper, I don't have with me right now, but they would take over there to the iLab, whatever it is. And they have to present that. One of those sheets of papers, we've already sent to them. They have to marry them together. Right? So when they say the person came, they need glasses, that comes back to me or the treasurer. She will go pay the bill. Okay, and then your client can get their glasses. They don't walk out of there with a pair of glasses
Sure.
until we pay for them.
Sure.
So it is up to the client to call iLab and say, I need to set up an appointment through the Lawrenceville Lions Club. Now, the good thing is, you said how many counties that,
19.
right? We probably have a Lions Club in each and every one of those counties.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we got,
Yeah, we're virtually, there's 1 or 2 or 3 Lions Clubs in every county in this state.
Wow.
So once I find out, or one of us, Catherine or Tom, find out what counties you represent, we can look and find out what Lions clubs are in that and get that back to you. And then we can communicate and say, we're working with your organization. If somebody comes in through this organization and they need glasses, you know, they can help them. They don't all have to come in through Lawrenceville.
Wonderful. Well, I
We
can get that.
primarily try to help the people here in Lawrenceville.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I can get your document. We've got it all broken out by city and county of the places that we serve our families. But what a great opportunity. And you mentioned vetting. So this would be something that I shared with our client advisors. So any new client that comes in and then we try to vet them every 18 months, just by sheer volume, we can't do it yearly. But they go through a vetting process and it starts with the economics. And are they at or below the federally defined poverty line? We also have them come in with their bills and their rent and all of those, and we literally build a budget with them. We see if there's places that we can help them make wiser decisions with some of their funding. And then we also give some allowances if they've got heavy medical bills and things like that to try to make sure they stay qualified. But we vet them pretty hard. And then we have other conversations to find out what other needs they have, what other resources do they need, what brought them to where they are. Are there places that we can help refer you to help? And then we always end in a spiritual conversation if they allow. And ask them about if all the way from if they're saved to if they have a church family, if they have a small group, if they need a Bible, do they need a Spanish speaking Bible? And we have those type of things, and it's pretty neat. We've actually had 42 salvations inside our walls just this year.
We work with a lot of missionaries out of my church, Gwinnett Hall Baptist Church. We work with a lot of missionaries that can contact me and said, I'm going on a mission trip. I need some used eyeglasses, all right? We cannot give used eyeglasses out in this country. They don't like that, see? Because then the optometrists and the eyeglass people don't make any money, right? But we can take used eyeglasses, we pick them up at several different places
Everywhere.
around here. Take them down to the Georgia Lions Lighthouse. They clean them, categorize them. And then when the missionary calls me and said, I could use some glasses, how many? I don't know, 150, okay.
Wow.
Women's, children's, men's, bifocals, standard, whatever. And I will get them to put together, put them in a box, they'll send them to me, or I'll go pick them up and give them to that missionary. You would be surprised how many pictures come back, because we ask them to get pictures of the people they're giving to. The smiles on their face
Oh, yeah.
tell a big story. And some of these people, in some of the South American countries and over in Africa, these people, they don't have optometrists on every corner. They don't have Walmarts over there. And if they did, they couldn't afford them. A lot of our missionaries just take and put them on a table like this, and the people come and try them on, try them on, try them on. What will work for them, they take. And my point is this: all these missionaries can go out and give Bibles all day long, but if they can't see to read them, it's not doing them any good.
Yeah.
And it goes with the people here. They get a job, they can't read,
It's huge.
they're in deep trouble, because it'll be a long time before they could pay for a new pair of glasses. And you probably don't wear glasses, but I can tell you, they ain't cheap.
Yeah. No, thank-
I have one, brief question. When you have your mobile pantries and stuff, do you have any jobs for somebody that can't lift over 20 to 30 pounds?
We sure do. We can divide out all kinds of different opportunities. It's same during the week for our volunteers. We've got things that if people have physical limitations, we've got admin positions and things that we need done within the office to run the organization. And then if people are wanting to be client advisors, we'll train them to be advisors to where they're meeting with people and interviewing them and helping them. There's any gambit of things that people can do. And same with if you've got a grandchild and you want to bring the grandchild, we allow up to 7 or 8 years old. They become your teammate.
Yep.
And you're a team while you're volunteering. And then teens and so forth, we allow, they can come by themselves at 15.
Thank you so very much,
Absolutely.
for
Thank you.
visiting with us and for everything that you do. We definitely appreciate, the great work that you do.
Thank you.
Let's give, a round of applause.
You have a business card?
I do. Pass them around.
I have one question.
Yeah.
From what or how you procure the clothing for?
Our
people
clothing
in need?
comes mostly from private donations.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is enough for everybody else to get them started. Mostly from private donations, and then we sort them very detailed. If we would not wear them, we do not distribute them. We also have a couple of stores that seasonally, as they're changing, will give us what's left, usually young ladies' clothes. And then clothing drives like through the churches and things like that. And we accept that 5 days a week.
One suggestion. I don't know how much work. You can get in touch with different department stores. Walmart, TG Maxx, Marshall, which is the same company, Ross. And I give you one suggestion. They have markdown. After 6 or 7 weeks, that item in store, we mark down 1 time, 2nd time. 3rd time, yellow tag. Is not sold, we donate.
Mm.
So you can keep in touch with company. I don't think she's, I'm gonna ask.
I'll say, ask your manager. where-
Yeah,
if he
I'm
knows where
gonna
that- where
ask
that's
if
going.
it's up to her to donate or donate by company.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna let you know,
That would be
because
great.
it's,
Yeah.
it's much better to give to somebody in need than throw away.
Absolutely.
Practically broke my heart when I see so many stuff practically are thrown in the trash.
Sure.
And then, so yeah,
And we do receive a lot from Walmarts and Publix and Costco's and things, but it's through the Atlanta Community Food Bank.
Sure.
So they would not, the clothing would not fall under that donation umbrella. So I'd love to be able to know who to
Start
pursue
yeah,
on
funding
the,
those,
on
yeah.
the next side of it, yeah.
yeah.
That
I
would be
know,
great.
I know what I mean, one child go in school
Marmax is.
with only one set of clothing or that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are definitely free to stick around with us, or you can, you know, head over to your family. We appreciate you visiting with us.
Sure. Well, if it's okay with you, I probably will. I've been 7 days a week for the last 3 weeks.
You are welcome to become lion with us.
I will look into it. So when I can, I'll look into what the requirements are and.
You are welcome.
You already meet them. You're
Yeah.
upright and breathing. It's all.
But it's a pleasure, Tom. Thank you. Nice to meet you all. Gloria, nice to meet you. Ryan, thank you.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
See, I know I talked to you on the phone before.
Ah,
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I will
Yes.
definitely. Need next time. Please do. Please do. And if any of you want, thank you.
I'm sorry I
very much.
avoided you when I come in, but I was eager to take my place and be quiet. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Always good to see you, Catherine.
Always good to see
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. And if any of you ever want a tour, please give me, thank you, sir. We'll see you soon.
It'll blow your mind.
Come in and take a tour and we'll show you what we do. And during Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, when we're seeing the clients, which is between 10 and 2, is really when you would see it in action, where you'd see what we're giving and love to show you what we do.
Probably I call you.
Did you have a question?
No, you're fine.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Give me a call and
Oh,
we'll arrange it because I'd love to show you all what it looks like and
Oh,
with the clients and the facility is pretty amazing. We have a 25,000 square foot
You're
facility.
in this area?
We're on Cedars Road, so we're just right down the road,
Stones throw.
Okay.
right at the end of the runway. Well, thank you all. Thank you for the
Gloria,
privilege to
Gloria
meet
is
you all.
very good on all that charity. I'm telling you now.
Love it, love it. Well, thank you all very much. Thank you for
Nothing else.
inviting
We'll
me.
see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Take care.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Very nice person.
Watch that first step going out of here.
I sure will. Thank you.
to answer your questions on, I did and already took care of it.
I know. So easy. Service project, every second Saturday. Done. Or it doesn't even have to be on the
Except
Saturday.
for
Yeah.
November and.
November, December,
December.
but we, listen, we did last November. And Yeah, we worked Christmas too. We
Yeah.
did both of those.
Mhm.
And it's just phenomenal. It's, like I said, Tom and Thea came, we did one that was tied to, was it, Kaiser, was Kaiser or Humana that had the grant come in through LCIF, through one of those two. And so we went, and that was, like I said, that was kind of our first introduction to the mobile food pantry, but Bill's become a regular over there.
I could direct some
He
traffic.
directs traffic very well. But it's, like I said, it's,
Yeah.
But that's some, I mean, if he can double his output by us just getting 15 people there.
but it's but you understand that's
15
15
times
people coming regularly, showing up and volunteering. I mean, like I said, they're open 3 days a week, mobile food pantry aside. They need people that can consistently show up and serve those people. It makes a big
Yeah,
difference.
but, you know, if we could just tackle one day and say,
We can't get 15 people to show up for a club meeting.
Yeah.
this.
I know, it's semantics, but something to work.
All
Something
right,
to work.
moving along, we'll try to wrap this up as quick as possible. Line Catherine, you, wanted to add,
Oh, so you make me first?
yeah, I'm gonna make it first.
Okay, thank you, sir. As going through going through all the stuff, the financials, I realized we had not paid the rent. It was due September 1st, so I went over last week with a check and a big apology to let the city know it was just an oversight, and with Kathy's passing that it just got overlooked and no big deal. Well, Miss Paula, the mayor's assistant, first question was, are you guys still meeting over there? I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
twice a month. She's like, hang on a minute, disappears, comes back and says, keep your check. I was going to go ahead and pay the year, just go ahead and get it out of the way so we didn't have to worry about it. They have graciously given us a year at no cost.
Wow,
Wow.
So our rent is paid till next September.
good.
We're paying
Wow.
$10 a month. This is not but it's, this is coming from Steve North. And apparently, I don't know what conversations Amit had. I didn't ask. I said, thank you very much. Have a nice day. And I'm out of here. But I think there's I'm going to use the word guilt. I think they're feeling a little guilty about what transpired with this building in our use of it and or lack thereof. So they wanted to do right. And the message I got from Paula was that Steve would be in touch and we can talk again later in the year.
Okay,
But they did not want us to feel like, we did not owe anything, that she went ahead and put it in the ledger that don't need to see my smiling face till next September.
Outstanding.
So,
I'm pretty sure she wants to see you, but not the check.
oh, I can go bug her whenever I like. She's lovely. I've been trying to convince her to come join the club, but, so that was, quite the nice surprise, but, probably not today, but we'll put it on a future, agenda to discuss what possibilities we have. I've got a couple of ideas of what we might could do downstairs,
okay.
because I'm just wondering if we can negotiate with Steve to use the basement.
Supposedly, they were gonna use it, the city was gonna use it with their lawnmowers and
Well, like I said, there is some stuff stored down there. I don't see any lawnmowers, but like I said, they may be using it for their own purposes and that's fine, but just got me thinking, it's a big empty space and there's obviously some work that's got to be done down there
well,
to make
they're
it
trying to
usable.
clean this out of this cubby hole up here.
Yeah.
Well, we went to a facility in Dorville, went to see a play. And it's sort of eerie because it reminded me of this building where you had the top floor like this, what they had it used for city. And then they took the downstairs, which again had the cinder block walls and so forth, and turned it into a small theater. And I'm thinking,
50-person
shoot,
theater.
if, we were talking, it's like, we could almost do that for our club, and
Not turn it into a theater,
not
but
turn it into theater, but use
I
that
thought that sounded like a great idea.
let's do it.
as our meeting space, and we don't have.
I love
to use this
synergy.
all the time.
I know, right? Well, that space downstairs, is such that, like I said, I just feel like there may be there is a bathroom down there. It currently says out of order. But like I said, I want to table that conversation for later, but I did want to let everybody know that the city very graciously declined our rent payment for a year.
Wow.
And so, and all Paula asked was to put the money to good use. And I said, no worries there.
Thank you, Lord, for that.
Yes,
Amen.
absolutely. Thank you very much, Ryan County.
Don't clap for me. I didn't do anything but show up and beg.
City.
Yeah. I just tried to be apologetic. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Based on that request, I make a motion that we donate that, whatever the yearly rent was to
$120.
Streetwise. For Tracy coming.
I second the motion.
All right, any discussion?
What was the motion?
A motion that we take that, we don't, they asked that we do something good with the money. I motion that we
Oh, the
donate that to
$100?
Streetwise.
$120.
Okay.
So we give to
Yeah.
Streetwise.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Yeah,
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries and Streetwise is a beneficiary of our rent freedom.
I'll take care of it.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Moving along, pecans,
Pecans.
No, they're pecans.
whatever, the nuts.
that's
The Southwest Georgia
Right, I don't-
nuts that are peanuts,
I don't know where you got that, but up here it says Ellis Brothers Pecans.
whatever. Whatever, okay, so
We're derailing.
along these same lines. The first thing that Pete and I did tonight was we went over and saw Kathy.
Time out. What does this have to do with pecans?
Well,
She's the receptor of the.
she was the executive and essentially, Pete's cleaning out his garage. She's in a, you know,
So we need to find an alternate.
no, we have, no. Pete has graciously offered his garage.
But his garage is not to tell the universe, hey, today come and pick up your pecans or stop by during the week and pick up your pecans. That's not fair to Pete and Judy.
But, yeah, in fairness, Kathy didn't say we could do that either.
No, originally she said they were going to be able to distribute through the flower shop, that people could, they could come by and pick up their orders, was my understanding.
Right.
Well, I was under the impression of like a couple of days, not.
But even
She
still,
couldn't
that there were going to
remember,
be
she couldn't
days.
remember, when we went over there, she couldn't remember exactly what she said or not. She's in a daze.
Got it.
Yeah, with her daughter passing, I mean, she's been
Everything's
really,
blurry right
really
now.
out of it, so, and I just said, okay, it's not that big a deal. I just gotta move stuff to the other side of my garage,
Okay.
and I can get 2 skids of pecans in there, but here's the deal. When I know they're coming, mostly I can get rid of most of them that evening or the next day. So it's not that big a deal, but there's gonna be some left. And the reason is we always order a few extra, plus some people can't come and get them immediately. So usually I'll probably have at least a skid or so left, and, you can all
I get
come
that.
and get them as quick as you can, and that'll work for me.
And
Have
Pete,
you gotten much feedback on your requests to know how many?
For what?
Have you gotten feedback on your request to know how many? How many
How many?
people?
I'm putting
I
my,
hear 2 people talking here. What?
Have you gotten feedback on, I know you've gotten emails from me about how many pecans.
Yeah.
Have you gotten the others?
I got an order from Christie today.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, I have not gotten your order. I did get an order from Maria. I haven't gotten an order of pecans from you or
I'm
Brian.
gonna.
So there's still some of you out here that want to order, and I know you've taken orders, but I have no idea it was you, because all I see is the square thing coming in,
It's the website. It's not me particularly.
Okay. Well, I don't know where they're coming from. That's all I'm
understand that.
saying. And so I don't know how many are getting how many.
So how does this work? Few individuals are actually ordering online And pay for the shipping.
And that's, as long as they're ordering online,
Okay.
we're capturing that through the online the online
See some
store.
Orders on there.
Okay.
Few people.
I know I saw one with your name
Yeah.
listed, because we do ask them if a lion, you know,
Yeah.
if a lion helped you or a lion told you about us, please tell us which lion. But he's looking right now specifically for if you're gonna take a box and sell them
Oh, okay,
yourself.
okay.
Trying to get an estimate, so
Yeah.
if we need to up the order, we can do that.
How
Okay.
many? I know you tell me 4 bags.
4 bags. Yes,
How many extra you have it?
I have to call you.
Okay, sounds good. And I'm gonna tell tomorrow
Okay.
to Pete.
Okay.
Okay. Apologize. I take envelope from you, is in my purse, and check is in home.
That's okay.
We
It's all good.
we don't expect everybody to go out and sell 150 bags when they first come in.
It's fine.
But here's what, go out and take orders for what you can.
Okay.
Those same people will be calling you next
I
October.
believe.
So
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
get
have one
a,
and with me.
I just went through my phone.
put together an Excel web sheet,
Mhm.
right, spreadsheet with their names on it, phone number, all that stuff. If they don't call you, you can call them back, but keep a record of everybody that you sell,
Okay,
phone number and email. And then next year,
that'd just be automatic.
if they're not contacting you, you contact us.
I went through my phone and I
This is my list
grabbed
right
them
here.
and
Yeah.
sent them a text. They started sending me
Oh, yeah.
it, so, I'm just, but they're ordering directly.
As long as they're ordering off the site, then we're capturing those orders.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
This is really the first year we've really gotten into that, and that's not part of what I do. Right? So I think we did some last year, but this is, it works through it gradually. So mine are all by phone
Yes.
and email when I take it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay. That's good.
So Catherine,
So do you want every individual email that comes through with those orders? I can forward you the email confirmations as they come through.
We
What
need
I
to forward
need
to
to
Peter
know
or to
is-
Brian. Is Brian?
Yeah,
on this?
yeah.
How
Get
many
them to me,
bags are
I'll
in
get them
one
to Pete.
box?
Get them to me,
How
I'll
many?
get them to
How?
Pete.
Sorry, hold on. Say that again, Brian.
Send them to me, and I will make sure Pete gets them.
Okay.
if I don't know how many pecans have been ordered, somebody's gonna get shorted.
I understand that,
That's why
Pete.
we're talking about.
That's why we're
I'm not
talking about right
concerned
now.
with who it is. I'm concerned with how
How
many it
Right.
is.
We'll make
I'm
it work.
just as surprised as you are when they order. This isn't some miraculous sum that I feel 2
Yes.
cases coming on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody has to keep up with that, and that's not my job.
Right, I can make sure, we will,
Okay, you
we'll make
don't,
it work.
you take care of it. I don't care how you do it.
All right, I will make sure you get the stuff.
Pete, I have one question. How many pounds have one box?
24,
45.
24 bags, 24 pounds.
Okay,
Pound each bag.
Yes,
1 pound bags, yes.
yeah,
Okay.
halves or pieces?
Yeah.
They
But
come- they
most of
come
them
in-
want,
Small pieces, and or they're medium pieces, and they come in halves.
Yep.
Some people call them wholes.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's two halves to every pecan. Right?
They're
You ever
mammoth-
cracked open a pecan?
They're mammoth halves.
There's 2 halves,
Yep.
right?
They're mammoth halves. Mammoth halves.
yeah.
Big pretty ones.
That's the description on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Right. So,
Wonderful,
Yes, they are. They're wonderful.
marvelous.
yeah,
Catherine, if you look down at the bottom, we owe them $3,500.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You already gave me that.
oh, good.
Right,
That's the
so
balance.
in talking to Kathy tonight, she's gonna find out if her friend that purchased 5 cases last year is gonna do that this year, because right now I have ordered 35 cases for us. That is gonna work unless she orders 5 more cases, and then I have to add to it, all right? So this is where once I order, if I sort of start ordering a case or two at a time, it costs us, we just blew our whole wad on, heck, it's gonna cost us, I tell you. If you've gone down and tried to send something on UPS or mail, it is a chunk of money.
Oh, yeah.
What is the last day we can place the order with Ellis Brothers before they put it together?
I am hoping Friday of this week.
This Friday.
Yes.
I
Now,
think-
I will tell
think
you,
I have everything covered with this order, with our 35 cases plus all the others. We're gonna get over about 66 cases totally with the other clubs. But if she hits me with 5 cases, I'm not gonna have them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What we need to we just need to draw a line in the sand because I can turn off the ordering if we need to, the online orders. If that, once we know, or we can, the other option I have is to put the quantity we have left. We have 20 bags available of halves and 10 of, whatever we have. And when those sell, those sell.
right,
So
But-
Kathy gonna let you know tomorrow? Okay,
Okay.
so you're gonna follow up with her tomorrow?
yeah. The other thing I will say is the first weekend in November, that's after delivery. I'm actually headed down to the camp. And gonna be passing right by that place. So there's a potential that I may be able to pick some up without there being any freight. If that comes into play. I'm headed down with Ed Ressler in his RV
I'm,
and headed
I
back.
believe that I am ordering some extra. Because there's always people that come back and say, oh, I need 2 more bags.
No, I get
I
that.
need 4 more bags. And that's what I try to do every year, but
Not all the time.
if somebody comes back like Kathy's person and I need 5 cases, I ain't got 5 cases. So I'm hoping to get that done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we need to know by Friday.
Yes,
Thursday night.
Thursday.
I mean, if you call me Friday morning,
So, but
I can make the call to Ellis Brothers and they can put them on the truck.
That sounds good.
All right, one more item is, just to follow up on, Bubba's Ferry 3, Pete.
They've had to change some things around at Bubba's. The only group that they had that replied to them for this Halloween thing, Lawrenceville, right? I have 5 bags of candy. It's probably gonna be about 450 pieces of candy that I got from Costco that I'm gonna make available, right? Is from 5 to 8 when the candy's gone. I'm not gonna buy any more.
No.
They don't need no more candy than that.
And
They'll
it's
be
gonna rain.
sky high
depends.
anyway through all that sugar, but they're giving us an opportunity to do this. She also said that she was sorry she missed us Thursday night. She had the flu, so she had to skip it. She also said she'd like to set up another date with us to come back and do this thing again, all right? And I think if we can do that, we can have a little bit more time to get people out and come in there and eat, okay? The other thing she wants to do is set up a gift card fundraiser for us where our organization can sell Bubba's gift cards to friends and family, and they'll donate 10% of those proceeds back to us. I would recommend that if we're gonna do that, if that's what we choose to do, we do that starting in January, because we don't have a lot of stuff going on fundraisers, January, February, March.
there's a reason. Your
Huh?
treasurer's in tax season.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he can put money in the bank.
Whatever.
So I mean, you can fund it. But I mean, this is all up to you. And this is what my communication with her is, okay? So if y'all want to vote on that or learn more about it or whatever, that's fine with me. So if anybody would care to come over to Bubba's on the 31st of October, which is next Monday night, and help hand out candy with the kiddies that show up, I would appreciate it. If you
I'll be
don't,
there. Well, Christie's still doing her Jeep, right?
no.
No,
No, it's,
they canceled that.
they canceled
They
it
canceled the trunk or treat.
because we were
completely.
the only truck.
Oh, so we're gonna do this on the patio. That's-
Yes.
It's the
Take
same
his umbrella,
night.
be on the
It's the
patio.
same night, but we'll be the only one there doing that, so. We'll need
Oh,
to-
great. We'll have two old men there.
Here, little girl, have some candy.
Shave your beard, you won't look so old.
You don't want me to shave my beard, I promise.
He wants to look like Santa Claus.
But I'll be there.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I would like to give Gloria something here. Because I think, even though I have put this out and sent it out to our members in the past, and I don't know how many members here have actually read this, but it needs to be updated. There's things that we do not do any longer, but I still printed it out. That's our policy and procedures. It just tells us a lot about our club and, you know, when we start in the year, how we elect officers, how we do this and how we do that. And again, I will say that that is not written in stone. If you all want to go in there and go over it and change some things, I think we should look at it because like I said, there's things in there that are basically out of date. That was 2 years ago when I put this together, and I don't think we have actually ever implemented what was put there.
Thank you. Again, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
We're done.
Tom, did you get the picture that I sent you? Did you get a picture that I sent you
of what?
tonight? Of our speaker?
No, not yet.
I guess you should have gotten it by now. I'm gonna
Gloria,
try
I
to
received
send
a
it
message
again.
after you get on the door.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do me a favor, make sure it's on the high setting.
Well, that's what I thought.
But we don't wait, says what? I have
Uh,
a few.
I got a bunch
I
at my house.
got your text, Tom.
They'll have to be
Um,
sorted, so I can,
I,
bring them to the
You know
next
what I'm talking
meeting.
about.
Don't wait.
What?
You know what I'm talking
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
I was trying to contact her.
When
and
you
point her to the right direction.
Good deal. Thank you.
My
The,
purse.
I immediately got in touch with the lighthouse and asked them who won the contract for that, for their services.
For which, the hearing aids?
Yes, and,
Oh, excuse me.
Fran got in touch with me right away, and I made sure that to contact, who contacted us and pointed her in the right direction. She was very, very appreciative.
That reminds me, Tom, did you see the voicemail from, the optometry office? I can't remember now where it was.
Did not.
Okay. All right, I'll call them tomorrow. It's 2 weeks old. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. I'm Catherine. So nice to meet you.
Yeah. No, you do not.
I'm the pain in the butt of the group. Just so,
I sent that.
Nice.
I'm.
Okay. Let's see.
So.
Let's see if it went through this time.
So thank you.
Oh, by the way, I see that Tom has his jar out here for spare change.
Fortunately, I don't have none.
So if you have any spare change, please donate to Hunger.
Yes, we just gave $150 to Hunger.
Sorry.
Did you get it?
Not yet.
And it's so painful, like you cannot believe.
Right, 120.
Oh, my gosh.
You're fine. You're fine. I just meant to take dogs. You're fine. No, I keep trying to find a way to work the schedule so I can be free during the day to go help box stuff, because, this time I'm at the stand, 4 layers of clothes waiting for people to drop.
Guess what? Monday evening, it's gonna rain.
It's a great system. Like I said, it
Monday
works really
evening,
well, but
Halloween
those whole weeks,
evening,
you're like,
gonna be rain.
Trying to get your energy up.
Gonna be rain and gonna be kind of cold.
Okay.